everyone. We're really excited to be on here, Gina and myself, and we are sharing some information about our amazing upcoming Spanish retreat. Wild Women Spanish retreat. Sorry,
Yeah.
men. It's only for women. So what we're going to be doing, the point of this video is to go through some of the specifics, to go through more logistical stuff of what we're doing, if you're interested in coming, how you can book, flights and all that kind of stuff. If you've got any questions about it, please do type them into the chat on Facebook or message us if you're watching this afterwards and we can go through any questions you may have. And for those watching this live, then obviously please do type your questions into the chat box or unmute yourself and ask. So basically, we're going to go through from the beginning. The retreat is all about really nourishing our being. That's the kind of aim of it, how we can recharge and nourish and fulfill us with all that yummy goodness that we can put back in. And Gina and I are both really excited to be holding this space in a beautiful space. Do you want to say a little bit about the space, Gina, that we're holding this in?
Yeah, it's a gorgeous villa up in the mountains of Andalusia. I never know how to pronounce it, Andalusia. And so we'll be surrounded by like the mountains and be quite high up. And it's beautiful. There's like a main building with then some wooden chalet type rooms as well, and lots of gardens and a pool, and it's pretty big, it's pretty spacious, and it's just beautiful. Like you wake up, you step out, whether you've got a little balcony or whether you're in the chalets and you step out by the pool or on the grass, and you just feel like, oh, I'm home here, like breathing in the clean air, and
Oh,
it's just, yeah, it's beautiful, really,
I want to
really.
go now.
Yeah.
Take me there now. Now the retreat dates are the 11th of April through the 15th. So the retreat starts on the Thursday late afternoon stroke early evening, and goes through to the Sunday early evening, with the option to stay on if you want onto the Monday. We are the flights. Let's go through flights now, shall we, and go through that logistic.
Yeah, I've got some of it written down as well here, Juliet, if you need.
Brilliant. What I might do is share this screen
Yeah.
so that you guys can all have a little look, because it's a bit easier, I think, sometimes
Yeah.
visually seeing things. So flight wise, this is with Jet2 who fly out there. Flight wise, when we look at this, we're looking at flights out on the Thursday. The Thursday departs Stansted at 8 o'clock in the morning and arrive at 12 o'clock in the afternoon to Malaga. We are arranging transfers. They are extra to the retreat, but depending on numbers, it will work out about £20 or so each way. So arriving at 12, so that means you'll get to the villa probably by 1:30. It's 45-minute, but obviously gathering everyone together, but we can organize the logistics of that part of it once people have booked their flight, so you don't need to worry. We can organize all that for you. Returning, if you want to return on the Sunday evening, then it's an 8:25 departure in the evening from Malaga Airport, arriving at Stansted at 10:20. So the total for that is £282. You can leave on the Monday. The flight time is the same, give or take a few minutes. Again, leaving in the evening and arriving in the evening, and it's a few pounds cheaper. So you'll save about £8 or so, depending on your schedule. If you want to stay out for that extra day, then you can. So that's the options,
And that would just
again,
be like a relaxing day more so, wouldn't it, Juliet? So
exactly
just
that
be by the
not
pool or go for a walk, or yeah.
Exactly. That's not us hosting the retreat.
Yeah.
If you're staying the Sunday evening, then we will provide a light dinner on the Sunday evening. And I'm sure that we can support you if you're staying on the Monday for breakfast and little bits, but it won't be a full, it won't be the retreat. The retreat officially finishes at 5 p.m. on the Sunday evening, but we can all hang out on the Sunday evening for those staying as well. So yeah, Monday is not the retreat day, but if you wanted to have that extra day, just chilling out by the pool, your own time, your own schedule, or even going into Malaga, going to the beach, hanging out there before the flight, then you can do that
We've got
too.
a question here,
Great.
Juliet. How does the transfer work for those arriving / leaving at different times?
So
Yeah.
that's a great question. So we will organize it. I think most people will leave obviously either the Sunday night or the Monday night. So there'll be probably, you know, a group of people leaving at that time and arrive and leaving at the same time the next day. So we can arrange that. There are transfers if it's just one person going, which I'm sure it won't be, then obviously we can sort that out.
Yeah, the guy that owns the villa, Steve, who's a friend of mine, he has said he can pick and do certain things as well. He can pick some people up, he can drop some people off if, you know, if we need to. If say there's one or two people or a smaller number of people that are coming going at a different time, he has said he'd be on hand to help us. And then he has numerous kind of like minibus people that he can contact for our transfers. So yeah, nobody's going to be left behind or anything.
And we can sort that basically if we say it's approximately £20 um, each trip, that will cover your transfer fee. So but we can sort out all the logistics, so you don't need to worry about. The main thing is book your flight so you know when you're going to get there, and when you're leaving, and then we can support you in that next step of it with arranging the transfers for that. Okay, let's stop.
Hi, Juliet. Sorry. Thank you so much for this reply. Sorry, I'm muting myself.
No, that's great.
Yeah, so it's a great answer. Thank you so much. It's really helping get some clarity. The other thing is, I guess it's connected, is what if people book their flights with a different company, a different airline? I mean, or do you intend for everybody to get on the same flights, you know, or
Yep.
leave from Stansted, or what's, yeah.
If you want to book your flight through someone else, if you find a deal, share it with us all, you
Yeah.
know, because that's probably the best thing. If we all share and communicate,
Okay.
then we can all get the best. And some people might be flying from different airports, so that's fine. We know
well.
there's going to be a little bit of a leeway. So find the best flight for you that works around you. Let us know, and then we can organize everything else around that. So don't worry about that. But if you find a great flight, do share it, because other people might want to do the same thing. So, you know, it might be that there's a flight going from Gatwick or Heathrow that suits your timings better. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. And as Gina said, you know, we can organise small groups for transport very easily. So if there's the main lot coming in at one time and a few people here and there coming at other times, that's no problem at all.
Yeah,
That's great. Thank you.
One of the things that used to happen on I used to go out and do trips with Steve, doing the modeling out there, and we would have photographers arriving at different times, and sometimes it meant that we would be waiting for a couple of hours, and there's a coffee shop in the airport outside. It's actually really nice to sit out there. So say we do have a few people coming within a couple of hours, we can wait, and we've got time to do that, haven't we, Juliet? Because we're not officially starting until the afternoon stroke early evening, are we, on that Thursday?
So there's a bit of a leeway. So when we get all those details in, then we can organize it. But it's not going to be stressful. It's going to be very easy. So find the flight you want and let us know, and then we'll take care of everything else from that point.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. And one last question, and then I'll let you talk and talk. It's a bit silly, but you know, a house full of women on the top, you know, on top of a mountain. I know. So it's great that you've mentioned Steve is a friend of yours. My concern was, you know, is it safe, you know.
So Steve is not on the property where we are. He has a separate villa which is just down the road, so he won't be coming into the property unless we call him. He's on hand if we need him, but we are totally safe in the property. He's there.
You can send links to the property as well, Juliet, can't we? If we haven't already, because it's you can go and view it to look to hire it yourself and everything online, and so you can see it. It's an official place that people hire to stay there and everything.
And lots of retreats run from this space.
Yeah,
So
yoga and
it's a great space to hold us all. Lots of women's things happen there, so we are totally safe. And there is someone there, you know, he's the caretaker basically of the space, so he's not on site, but he's almost on site, so we're safe to do whatever we want within the property. We're not going to be spied on or you know, anything like that, so we can be free as much as we want to. But if we need anything, if there's any problems, then help is at hand very quickly.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. Thank you so much.
No worries. So let's go through a little bit about pricing, if that's good with you, Gina, and then we'll go through a little bit about the logistics, what we're offering, what we're going to do, the feeling of it all as well. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen so you can just have a little look. So there are 3 types of rooms that you can have. The chalet shared room between 1 or 2 other people. All of them have their own bathrooms with shower and toilet, so you have that for each of the rooms. So there's a shared chalet room. This does not include the cost of your flight or the transfers. That's separate to book, but it includes your food, all of the activities we're going to be doing. It includes a beach excursion with 1 meal out as well. So we're taking you out for one of the meals when we're on the beach. We're going to go to a beautiful place, and that's all included, so you don't have to spend extra. Obviously, if you want to bring money when we're at the beach and you want to buy anything in any of the little shops, there'll be a bit of time, then that is extra. We're not going to do your shopping for you, but everything is included, all the activities on the retreat. There's also a premium single room, which is £850, and then there's the VIP single room, which is £900. So if you wanted to have your own experience in your own space, then that's absolutely fine. And everything can be paid for in installments. So we ask for £150 deposit. I know a lot of you have already done that, and we are half full already, so we've only got half the spaces left on this. It's a small, intimate retreat. We want to keep it in that beautiful feeling, so yeah, half the spaces have gone. Anything else we need to say about price and rooms, Gina?
Do people know what the difference is between the rooms, like the VIP room, why that's a VIP room, or why they're VIP rooms? Oh, actually, bear with me. I'm just going to put my charger on because it's telling me my battery's low. Yeah,
do you want to go through that, Gina?
Yeah, because obviously I've been there. So the VIP room, I believe, bear with me, Julia, I'm just going back through our notes. I believe we've got a couple of VIP rooms. It's the top.
Yeah, I think one of them's already gone.
Okay. So we've I believe the one with the
one's gone
bath.
with the bath.
Yeah, okay. So the other VIP room that's left is in the main villa building, on the top floor, and it's got its own sort of like living space as well, with what do you call them, sliding doors that go out onto a balcony, plus also within that bedroom you have your own little balcony as well. A shower room, that one doesn't have a bath, but it has its own shower, toilet, sink. It's very spacious. It's got a 4-poster bed in there, and yeah, you are straight out onto the views of the mountains from both those VIP rooms. So I know the one with the bath has gone, but the one with the shower is still available. And yeah, like I say, it's got its own floor up there, so if you just want to take some time out to be alone, there's a little fire up there as well, depending on what the weather's like. We may spend some evenings up there, or be out on the balcony and just basking in the sunshine. Yeah.
So what we want to do is make this accessible for people. So as we say, we're happy to arrange payment plans as long as it's paid by the beginning of April. Whatever works for you in that is absolutely fine. So once you've paid the deposit, get in touch and we can set that up and set up an invoice system where you're billed in the periods you want, however it works for you. So this is a great Christmas present. If you're listening to this and you think, oh, my partner would love this, or you're listening to this and think, oh, my friend would love this, I need to get this for her, then this is a great opportunity as a wonderful Christmas present. God, it'd be amazing to receive, wouldn't this, as a Christmas
Or
present?
birthday present to yourself.
Yeah, birthday present to yourself or Christmas present to yourself.
Yeah.
Or just,
absolutely.
I deserve a treat. A few of the women coming, I think one of them, it's their 60th and the other, it's their 50th over that time. So
Wow.
it's we're going to have that celebratory feel to it all, which is going to be really exciting. So, Gina, should we talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing on this retreat now?
Yeah. You don't feel we need to go into any more about the rooms now? Do you think we're about what the other rooms are, or they can see on the website?
Yeah, so we've got pictures we can send you. We've got pictures up, so there's lots of information. Whatever you need to know, just message us. If you're not sure, you've got questions, hopefully this will answer a lot of your questions, but any other questions, we can send you pictures, send you information you need, and go through it from there.
And shared rooms, it'll be 2 people per room maximum. We're not doing any more than that, are we? Or is there 2 to
I think
3?
there's 1 or 2 that have 3 in.
Right.
But generally it's so you're sharing with 1 or 2 other people.
Yeah.
But you can specify if you just want to share with 1 other person. And I know a couple of people have said, oh, I want to share with this person because they already know who they're coming with. So, you know, if you want to come with a friend, then you can specify that you want to be with your friend in a
Bring your mum or bring your daughter.
sister, daughter.
Yeah.
It is for grown-ups. So if you're bringing your daughter, it's a grown-up daughter. This is a grown-up space.
Yeah.
So as we said, you know, the theme of this is nourishing ourselves. It's like really tuning into how we can nourish our being in such a deep way. So we're looking at all these different aspects of how we can do this. So Gina, do you want to go through some of the schedule?
Yeah. So on the one of the days we're going to do nourishing the woman, which I believe you're going to go through foods that support nourishment of our bodies, our vitality, and we're going to do some cooking together, aren't we, as well?
One of the meals we're going to do so that we all make it together. The rest of the time you're going to be pampered and looked after and don't have to cook. But there's something really beautiful, I think, about getting together in a kitchen and chopping and chatting and having music on, maybe a bit of dancing, but also understanding the way that we can prepare food in a nourishing, loving way so that we nourish our being on a regular basis, instead of food being about this thing that we do and we make and it's just to sustain us. It's actually going back into this beautiful communal experience of sharing, sharing our connection to the earth through the making of food. So that's going to be linked to the Nourishing the Woman workshop as well.
Yeah. And then we've got sacred sexuality as well that we're going to be doing something around, aren't we? You've done quite a lot of this, Juliet, so maybe you explain a little bit more around what that will be.
So a lot of people get a bit worried when they hear sacred sexuality and think, oh God, am I going to have to do anything in front of anyone? There's nothing like that that's going to happen. What we're talking about, and this is going to be a mixture of talking and meditation, sacred sexuality is about tuning into what brings you joy, what brings you pleasure, how we can feel pleasure in our body. And that energy, what I've learned, that sexual energy is not just about sex. You know, so often we feel that sexual energy is just about that end goal, but actually it's about our creativity, it's about our passion, it's about our energy for life. That's our sexual energy, it's our life force. So in sacred sexuality, we'll be looking at what turns us on in life, what turns us on in our body, how we can use breath and meditation to circulate this energy through us. And also it'll be a chance to share and be in the space with other women where we can get that support and that love and that nourishment, that we may be going through challenges, or maybe we aren't experiencing as much joy and pleasure, or maybe that sexuality has been switched off because we've had kids and we don't have time, we're tired, all of those potential things. Or maybe it's our hormones, all of these potential things that can switch us off. So this will be looking at how can we reignite that fire for us, not for anyone else. So it's not about being in a relationship, but it's about igniting that passion within you for your life. Ooh, I want to do it now.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. Oh, it sounds incredible. And then we've got an evening of dance and cacao. So that's gonna be so much fun, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah.
We'll drink some heart-opening mama cacao, and yeah, no doubt share stories, listen to one another, and then express some of that sacred sexuality that we've been cultivating and learning about earlier on in the day. We can then bring some of that into the evening when we're allowing our bodies to flow and get into that rhythm of ourselves. So I'm super excited for that.
Juicy.
Katia says, I can't wait. Thank you for organising this retreat.
We can't wait either. It's going to be amazing. And also to be in the sun and the warmth in April, as we've been in the cold, we'll be coming out of that coldness, and then to have that chance to, just also allow our bodies to rest. That's such an important thing. And so often we're so busy in life. So this will be a chance to step out of that busyness. And yes, we'll have lots of wonderful activities, but they're not going to be busy. And also at any point, you don't have to do any of it. If you want to just sit by the pool and chill out, or you want to stay in bed and sleep, you can do that as well. So these are all invitations, all of these different workshops. So if one day you go, you know what, actually I just need space for me to nourish and recharge, then that's absolutely fine too. We're here to support you in whatever you need, and we're offering these beautiful spaces for you to come if that's what calls you in the moment.
Yeah. And we've got meditation and breath work, which will be one morning, which will be beautiful. Hopefully, if we get some nice weather, I'm sure we're going to do it that time of year. We can be maybe out on the grass together, or even out on the veranda or something like that, where we can go out and be together there. And then that same day, we're looking at that's the beach afternoon. So we take a trip, all of us, down to the beach, and as Juliet said, there's this really stunning beach bar. It's like going to Bali when you're there. It's stunning, and the food is phenomenal. So we're going to have some food there, and we're going to get creative, aren't we, on the beach, Juliet?
Yeah, we're going to have a creative art session on the beach. So there'll be time to chill out on the beach as well, and just enjoy the sun and the sea. I would definitely be going in no matter what the water temperature is. So there'll be that chance for it will be cold, probably, the water, the sea at that time of year. But it will be a chance to do some breath work and some cold water swimming, wild swimming, which will be exciting. But we're going to get creative, and we might use some clay. We'll be doing some art of some sort, maybe creating some mandalas in the sand, and just allowing our inner divine feminine to express in that creative flow. It doesn't matter what the end result is. It's not about that. It's about the process of just creating, which is going to be beautiful. I want to add, there might be slight changes timing wise to the schedule depending on weather and other things like that, but we will do all these activities. But that, as I said, if we find out it's going to be stormy on the Saturday, we'll move the beach to a different day. So there will be some fluidity within the schedule as well.
We've got movement, so one morning potentially some movement. So again, we can be outdoors somewhere together on the grass. That'll be nice because there's a lot of space there as well for us to really get into allowing ourselves to really move. And what does it mean to move the body? What are the benefits of moving our bodies? And also getting that sunlight in the morning first thing as well whilst we're doing it is just going to be totally nourishing for us, isn't it?
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be running a beautiful photo shoot, aren't you, Gina? I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, so I was just going to move on to that. We've got movement, singing, in the potentially, again, things might be changeable, but we've got singing and photography. So yeah, I'm going to be doing photography with all of you, whoever wants to. Obviously, if anyone feels that they're not sure or they have any questions, like what will it be, feel free. You can either message me directly or speak to myself or Juliet. But why we're thinking of doing it more at the end of the retreat is because by then you've settled into your being, you've learned about nourishing your body, you've connected in with that sacred sexuality, you feel more in yourself, in your body, in your feminine. And so by then there's going to be a huge difference to if we did it, say, on the first day. So that's why we are feeling to do it on the last one of the last days. And that's really about, how do you want to show up? Like what is it that you want for yourself? As Juliet said earlier, not necessarily about it being for anyone else, but even if those photos never went anywhere, but they were just for you, how would you wish to show up? Like, what part of you wants to be seen? Is it a goddess archetype within you, or is it the wild, the wildness, the primal kind of woman? Is it your inner child that wants to play and dance and come alive? Like, whatever part of you really wants to be seen is where I'm willing to go with you. So I'll have props with me, some garments, some, like, if we're going to go into goddesses, I'll have headpieces and dresses and things like that. If we're going to go into wild woman or like animalistic, I'll bring some things with us for that as well. Whatever you're feeling, might be worth letting me know beforehand. So if I need to prepare and grab some extra bits, we can do that. If you want paint, tribal paint on your face, we can do that. We can do any of it, really. So I'm so excited, and it'd be great if we can get a group shot of us as well, together doing that, but like celebrating the end of the retreat together. That would be amazing.
Beautiful. I've got visions of us with the mountains behind us and all, really just embodying the divine that we all are. And that's, I think that's ultimately what the aim of this retreat is. It's to nourish and to cultivate that divine feminine and the divine masculine, that union within us of both of these principles, so that we can find our home within our being. We can recharge our home so we can go back out into the world in full form with lots of amazing tools and an amazing photo to remind us of it all as well.
And built connections, no doubt, whilst we're there. It's going to be a beautiful time of sisterhood, isn't it? It's all women. You potentially, you might be sharing a room, maybe you choose not to, but you're going to be surrounded by women for 3 to 4 days, depending on how long you stay. And that in itself is real nourishment. That in itself is so powerful. When do we really give ourselves that gift of doing that so often, actually going away with a group of women, and women that we might not have even met before? So again, it can feel exciting, it could feel a little bit daunting, but it's all welcome and it's all wonderful, and the people that are meant to be there with us are going to be there, and
totally,
yeah, it's going to be magical.
I can feel the container that we've built and we're holding, and all the beautiful beings that are going to be there. I can feel everyone already together.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in this retreat, then please go on to my website, julietbryant.com, and have a look there at the info. As I said, it's £150 deposit, and then contact us to let us know how you want to make the rest of the payments, and we can set up an invoice schedule on that for you. If you have any other questions, if you're not sure about something, then please do message Gina or myself on any of our platforms, and we can help you as best we can, so that those questions are all answered. So all you have to do, pay your deposit, book your flight, and then we will take care of the rest for you. This is going to be a space where you can be really looked after, where you can be really held, so that you can really nourish your being.
And once people have once we've got the women that have booked on, we will add them into a space where we together, so we can discuss things that, like a chat that we can be engaging in leading up to it. So if anyone does have any questions, then we'll be in that space together already. So the sort of medicine's already being woven, isn't it?
Yeah, the vibe can start building straight
Mm.
away.
Beautiful.
So thank you. Does anyone have any other questions that are live here?
Can you see the questions? Because I can't see anything now, other than from the Zoom.
Let me just check. Let me just check and see. I don't think we've got any more right now. No, thank you. Amazing. Brilliant. Well, as I said, if you've got any other questions, we're always here to answer. So just get in touch and we can go from there. But lots of love to you all. And thank you for joining us. And we will see you very soon.
Mhm.